Wouldn't it be cool if you could get data about best performing keywords your Amazon product competitors are using to rank their products on Amazon? Well, it is already possible if you are using Data Dive tools. In this video, our guest Anthony Cofrancesco will show you how you can use Data Dive to find the most relevant keywords which you can use to optimize your listings in order to increase your visibility and ranking on Amazon. If you want to try Data Dive for yourself and get a discount when signing up, check the link below in the description.
Hi, Anthony. I'm really happy to have you here on OrangeClick channel today to talk about Data Dive tool and show us how sellers could do the first dive. Even if they don't know yet what it means, you will show what it means to us. But as always, before we start, could you first introduce yourself and also give us a brief introduction of what Data Dive is and how does it help Amazon sellers?
Sounds good. What's up, everyone? My name is Anthony Cofrancesco from Data Dive. And Data Dive is a really fantastic tool to do everything that you need to do on Amazon, but speed up your workflow and move very fast. Today, what I'm going to show you how to do is how to use Data Dive to create a master keyword list and then find gaps in the master keyword list. And then I'm going to walk you through exactly how you can use Data Dive to fill those gaps and optimize your listing. Now, the cool thing is that what I'm going to show you used to take hours. We're going to get through it probably in under 15 minutes. So once you learn the workflow, it's really, really quick.
And personally, I'm a user of the tool as well. And I know how to do the first things, but I'm still excited to see what you are going to show us today, because I know you're constantly developing the tool as well. So there are some updates on the go. And I think you're always kind of trying to make it more perfect for the sellers, right?
Exactly. Yeah, always improving.
Good. All right, so let's jump straight into it and let's see how to do the first dive then.
All right, sounds good. I'm going to start sharing my screen. And where you start doing Data Dive is actually on Amazon. You have to download the Data Dive Chrome extension. And then what we're going to do first is we're going to seed our dive. So we're going to include 15 plus relevant competitors. And for this dive, I'm going to just pick a random product that I use in office hours, and I'm going to pick a sneaker cleaning kit. So I'm just going to type in my hero keyword into the search bar. And then, like I said earlier, the first thing that I have to do is select 15 plus relevant competitors. What Data Dive is going to do is it's going to show me for all of the competitors in this niche, what are the keywords that are driving sales for this niche. And so I want to get 15 competitors that are selling something very similar. And so for this case, I'm going to go with people selling a sneaker cleaning kit. It's like the liquid, the brush, sometimes they have different wipes. And so anyone who has a kit, I'm going to include. I'm going to skip this one because it's got some deodorizer. I don't want to mix different keywords in. I just want to try to get very relevant, very similar competitors for this first dive. So all of these look good. These are sponsored products, so you don't want to include any sponsored results. You really just want to try to get the top performing organic competitors. That's going to give me the best data to work with. So all of these look good. All right, so I think I've got at least 15 so far. And so now that I've added those to my tray, I can just click on the Data Dive extension. And then you can see here, I've got 20 products. I could keep going. You can add 30 plus into your dives. But for the purpose of this demo, I think that's enough. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to create a new niche. And then I'm just going to name my niche the name of my hero keyword. So I'm going to call this sneaker cleaning kit. And I think I already have one of these in my research. So I'm just going to call this sneaker cleaning kit 3. And then I'm going to click dive. And it's going to take about 60 to 90 seconds for the report to generate. What it's doing is it's looking at all 20 of these competitors, and it's going to build for me a master keyword list. So this master keyword list, you're going to hear me call it our MKL. This is going to be all of the important keywords that we need to focus on from a ranking perspective. And what we're going to be able to see when we get inside the tool is we're going to see all of those keywords, and we're going to see the corresponding organic rank for each of those competitors. And then we're going to use that to see if there's any gaps, and then I'll show you how to fix those gaps using Data Dive. All right, so here we are. This is our master keyword list. You're going to hear me call it your MKL. And so just from a very high level, what's going on here is, as you can see, there's 500 different ways that people are searching for this product. As I look across the right-hand side, I'm going to see all of the competitors that I added to my dive. And then as I scroll down the left-hand side, I'm going to be able to see the organic rank for each of the keywords that are included here. Now, the really important thing is before you start using DataDive and start doing any kind of analysis is you need to clean up your master keyword list, because this is what we call a dirty list. So I want to get rid of any branded search terms, and I want to get rid of any keywords that are not relevant to what I'm trying to sell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to filter so that my largest search volume keywords are up here at the top. And then I'm just going to start going through and see if I see any brand names or any keywords that aren't relevant, right? So sneaker erasers, I think that's a brand name. FZ150, Jason Mark, Rejuvenate, sneaker erasers. So you can see that as I click the checkbox, this banner pops up, and then I can just click on that banner and it's going to exclude those keywords. Now, I've done this a couple of times, so I'm going to move a little bit faster for the purposes of the demo. There's going to be a lot of repeated brand names in here. So like MGK, I know is one, right? You can see there's 13 keywords related to MGK. And so I can just click on that checkbox to select all, and I can bulk delete a little bit faster. Okay. Let's see here. So we got Foam Zone, Birkenstock, Pink Miracle is a brand name, Rejuvenate is a brand name. And so what I would want to do is I'd want to do this for the entire master keyword list. I also know, having done this before, that there's a lot of not brand names of products that are being sold, but more compatibility for what types of shoes these cleaners can clean, right? So I know there's going to be Vans, right? 11 keywords related to sneaker cleaner or shoe cleaner for Vans. I know there's Converse, Jordan, Yeezy. I'm going to go through and just remove those very quickly. What I want to be sure with is that in the end, when I see these relevant keywords, that every single one of these relevant keywords is in fact relevant to the product that I'm trying to sell, right? If you try to do the analysis with keeping non-relevant keywords or branded search terms in here, it's going to mess up some of the other parts of the tool. So this is a really important step. It just takes a few minutes. I know crepe is one that shows up a lot, 25 keywords related to this brand name crepe.
And in terms of relevance, do you mean that they have to be 100% relevant, or could it be like, let's say, close match in terms of, let's say, I don't know, a white teacup versus like a black teacup? The color is, let's say, I will start selling white one. So should I remove all of the keywords that include the color black, for example?
So what I would say is when you're first starting off, I would try to keep this as relevant and as specific as possible. Right. So if you're selling a white teacup and the keyword is black, I might consider removing that, because, right, if I'm trying to get indexed for black teacup, maybe someone who searches for a white teacup might end up buying my product. But most likely, if someone types in black teacup, they're looking for a black teacup, not a white teacup. Same thing here, that there's some keywords related to different types of material that this can clean, right? So like if my shoe cleaner couldn't clean leather, if it couldn't clean suede, I'd probably want to remove those. Now, later down the road, if I'm dominating my niche, I can think about trying to incorporate those keywords. But in the beginning, I want to try to be as specific and relevant as possible, which is also good. Like, even though I'm removing these keywords, it gives me an idea of what the search intent is for this product. And so even though I can't put like a Nike or Jordan in my title, this is something that I can incorporate into the listing images. Because I can see that a lot of people want to know, does this clean Crocs? Does it clean Air Force One? Does it clean Converse? And so this is something I wouldn't put in my listing, but I can put in my images and show a really good image that shows all the different types of shoes that it can clean. And again, if you want to move through this faster, you can just, if you see something repeated over and over again, you can just put it into the search bar and then clean it that way. All right, now I'm getting down to the bottom here. So for the purpose of this, I'm just gonna say, okay, this is good enough. I think when I'm done, it should be something more like 150 or so excluded keywords. But the good news is I can look up here at the very top of the list, and everything with a significant search volume, these are all relevant keywords now. And so a minute ago, you were asking like how you can, if you excluded a keyword and you want to add it back into the listing, it's super easy to do. You just click on the exclusions button up here at the top. And then if I want to add it back in, I just click on the checkbox and then include back to niche. So here you can see all of the different keywords, any phrases, or if you've removed any ASINs, you can see that all here. Okay, so now I'd say that this master keyword list is generally pretty cleaned up. You can see that we've gone down from having 500 keywords, and now we have 383 relevant keywords. So now we can start to take a look around and analyze this listing. And so a few things that I want to point out, right? The one thing that is probably the most important metric that a lot of people like that you get from DataDive is this row right here. And I've actually pinned it to the top so that I can see it all the time. So this is the percentage of search volume that this seller is ranked on page 1. So what this is telling me is that for this niche with 383 keywords, this seller is ranked on page 1 for 100% of those keywords. As I scroll down this list here, I can see that their organic ranking, right, they're basically all ones. And then you can see we only have small gaps. We have it here for the Spanish translation of sneaker cleaner. We got one down here for shoe brush kit, right? And so what we can start to do now is what we're really trying to do at DataDive is we're trying to look and see what are the gaps that exist in the listing, and then what are the trends here that we're seeing. So I'm going to pick this brand here, Jason Mark, and I'm going to see if there's any kind of trends that we see with the gaps in the listing. So you can see good rank, good rank, good rank, good rank. What's this? White shoe cleaner. Okay, then we go a little bit further down, and then we see tennis shoe cleaner. We see suede, and then we see white again. So I'm already, and I'm still pretty far up this list. We've got another Spanish translation here. We've got foam shoe cleaner, suede again. So I'm starting to see some trends here. So I'm curious if I type suede in here, there's 31 keywords related to suede, right? And you can see that there's actually a lot of gaps related to suede here. The other one that I want to type in is white, because it seemed like there were some gaps as well there in the listing, right? So I can see that my organic rank, again, not as high as I'd like it to be here. And so what you have to think about with the Amazon algorithm is that Amazon, right, the algorithm might seem very smart, but in certain ways, it's actually not that smart at all, right? What's happening here, most likely, is that Amazon knows that this is a shoe cleaner. It knows it's a shoe cleaner sneaker kit. But what it's not sure about, because most likely we haven't told Amazon, it's not sure, is it a white shoe cleaner? Is it a foam shoe cleaner? Is it a suede shoe cleaner? If I've never written these keywords into my listing and communicated directly with Amazon's algorithm, Amazon's not going to be able to put this thing together. And so what we can do now to check, right, we see that there's a gap in the master keyword list, and we want to see if the gap exists in the listing as well. What I can do is I can move over into the listing builder. And look at this, look at the title, right? No surprise that the Amazon algorithm is a little bit confused, because in terms of keywords in the title, all we really have is shoe cleaner essentials for shoe cleaning. So if I had to guess what Amazon's algorithm would think this product is, I'm going to think it's probably a shoe cleaner. Shoe cleaner essentials are going to rank well for that, and then shoe cleaning. So I can still take this over just to visualize the point a little bit more. And I'm going to move over into the listing builder. And we're going to see what the listing builder shows us in a few ways that we can start to improve this very quickly. So what I've done here is I've just pasted in this title here. This is our listing builder. This is the tool we use to optimize listings. And what I can see right now is that we're going to be indexed. I don't really even have to look at this because I can just see we're going to get credit for very few keywords. Like I'm scrolling all the way down this list, and I can see we have an exact match here for shoe cleaner, right? We're getting, it looks like an exact plural for shoe cleaner and shoe cleaners. So not really much that's going on here. And if I go over, this is my leaderboard. This is going to show me the ranking juice for this title. You can see that my listing currently, I'm in position 19 with 498,000 ranking juice. Now, ranking juice is just a metric that we came up with. It's a proprietary metric that we give, and it estimates the ranking potential of a title, right? So basically, as we hit more important keyword roots and we put them in our title in an exact match, the ranking juice is going to go up. So you can see compared to some of the other competitors, I'm very, very low. So if, like I showed earlier, right, we had these gaps in our listing, right? White shoe cleaner is something I'm going to want to try to improve my rank for, probably tennis shoe cleaner, and then suede cleaner for shoes. So I'm going to start with that, and I'm just going to copy these, and I'm just going to drop them in here. Right? So we got white shoe cleaner. We got a gap here for tennis shoe cleaner. And then I'm going to grab this one for suede cleaner for shoes. Right. And so just with those changes right now, right, what happened is I saw that there was a gap in my master keyword list. I went over to the listing builder to see if that gap was also in the listing, if there was a gap in the title, and there was. And so now, if you have a gap, how do you fix a gap? You fill the gap, right? And ideally, you're going to write these keywords in exact matches into your title. And you can see just with these changes, now I'm going to get credit for more of these keywords, right? And then also as well, my ranking juice went up. So if I go back over here, now I've moved up from position 19 into position 16. So this is showing you how to do this quite manually, right? I just wanted to show that for kind of demonstration purposes. But if I wanted to move even a little bit faster, or let's say you're new to Data Dive, we actually have some automations that are going to do some of this work for you. And so what I'm going to do first to work on the title is I'm going to click on this Optimize Ranking Juice button. And what this is going to do is it's going to automatically keyword stuff the title with the primary keyword roots, and it's going to try to give me the highest ranking juice possible. So I can click on this button for Optimize Ranking Juice, and by default, it's going to be set to fill 60% of my title. So it's going to use up to 120 characters to keyword stuff the title. I click Confirm, right? And you can see here, now I have ranking juice of 1.186 million. This is optimizing. It's trying to use keywords that are going to give me the highest ranking juice per character. So, you know, we've got shoe cleaner, white shoe cleaner, sneakers kit, sneaker cleaner, suede shoe cleaner kit, and shoe cleaning kit. So very similar to what I did initially, the manual work, but you can see here now that I'm getting credit for a bunch more keywords in my title, right? My ranking juice is quite high. And this isn't a title I would necessarily add straight into Amazon, but this is giving me plenty of space extra. I still have, you know, 60, 70 characters left in my title that I could put in to make this more readable. I could, I could do some different things just to help with the readability of the title so it's not so keyword stuffed. So this is a good starting point. If I wanted to go and optimize other parts of the listing as well, right, I could go and start doing the same thing for the bullets. In another video, I'll do a more deeper dive on how to use the AI copywriter tool. But just for anyone who's made it this far, basically what the AI copywriter is going to do is instead of just keyword stuffing your bullets and keyword stuffing your description, it's actually going to emphasize important keyword roots, and then it's actually going to make them readable here. So now you can see that I have pretty good looking bullet points. I would still want to go through and check the AI's work. But you can see on the left-hand side here, now, again, I'm getting credit for a bunch more keywords and overall, right, doing really well from a ranking juice perspective in the entire listing. So the last thing that I'm going to show before we wrap up is I want to explain a little bit of what's going on in the Roots tab. The Roots tab is really the full justification and the methodology behind how Data Dive works. Right? What you have to understand about how the Amazon algorithm works is it's all based on roots, right? It's what Amazon's algorithm is trying to do is it's trying to group together keywords by clusters of search intent, right? So when we're using Data Dive and when we're thinking about ranking juice, it's all based off of the premise of roots. And so, for example, when we're talking about a root just means two or more keywords, which is a unique way of describing a product. So cleaner would not be a root, right? Because cleaner can mean many different things on Amazon. Shoe could mean many different things on Amazon. But shoe cleaner, this is a root. And the reason that shoe cleaner is so important is because I don't care just about the keywords shoe and cleaner. I care about the fact that shoe cleaner is a root, which includes 164 keywords with a broad search volume of 405,000. So when I put and I communicate directly with Amazon's algorithm and I put shoe cleaner, let's say in my title in an exact match, it's not only going to improve my rank for shoe cleaner, it's going to improve my rank for all of these different keywords, all 164 keywords with all of this broad search volume of 400,000. So a big question that I get from people is they say, Anthony, I've got 300, I've got 400 keywords in my MKL. How do I focus on getting all of these keywords into my listing? Right? My title is only 200 characters. I have a limited amount of space in my bullets in my description. How do I prioritize so many keywords? And the answer is you don't need to do that, right? That's not how Amazon's algorithm works. And that would be a bad strategy to focus on these long tail keywords all the way down at the bottom of the list. All that you have to do to work with the algorithm is put in these two keywords and you're going to get credit. It's going to have a halo effect across all of these. And so that's what you saw just happen in the listing builder. What it's basically doing is DataDive's looking and saying, okay, these are my keyword roots, right? I've got shoe cleaner, sneaker cleaner, cleaner sneaker. I'll let it refresh here. Cleaner sneaker, shoe cleaning kit, shoe cleaner sneaker, right? And I could keep going down and selecting all of these roots. But now just with those, I've got 5 roots selected, right? And that's giving me credit for, it looks like 383 different keywords just with those 5 roots selected, which is really not that many words if you consider duplicates. So I think that's what I basically want to show for right now. General process for doing this is start your dive, clean up your master keyword list, look at the MKL, see if you can find any gaps. Then if that's your product that you're optimizing or a client's product that you're optimizing, then you're going to want to go into the listing builder and see, are the gaps that show up in my MKL, are those gaps also in my listing, right? Are those keywords missing from my listing? And then if I want to fill those gaps, all I got to do is rewrite the listing, and I want to try to get those keywords ideally in exact matches in my title. And then the last step here, and this is very, very new, is Rank Radar. So in the end, right, you make these changes to your listing and you want to see what was the impact, right? I rewrote my title to include suede. I rewrote my title to include the keyword tennis for tennis shoe. I rewrote my title to include white, that this can clean white sneakers. Well, how do I know if the rank has gone up? Well, that's where Rank Radar comes in. And so I'm just going to grab the ASIN here for this brand. And Rank Radar is super easy to use. All you do is you go to Rank Radar, you click Add Product to Rank Radar, you paste in your ASIN. Okay, so here's our product, and then I select my niche. So this is for the keywords related to sneaker cleaning kit 3. So that's the research that we did today. And then that's literally all I do. You select your marketplace and you click Start Tracking. And then what this is going to do automatically is now you're going to be able to see this heat map. I only have 1 day of data. This is going to refresh every single day. And so now I can see what all of my organic ranks are. And so if I wanted to see for suede, right? So here's all my keywords related to suede. And then I could go back and check day after day and I can see, okay, am I getting this out of position, 12 or 15 or whatever it is? And is my organic rank going up? So just set up Rank Radar, works automatically in the background. And yeah, you can track all your products right there in DataDive now and see the impact of your work.
Okay, thank you so much for providing the initial guide how to get started with using DataDive. And if you're watching us and you're new to DataDive and you're now doing your first dive and have any questions or yeah, just let us know in the comments, or also let us know just how it feels to use the tool, because we can then let Anthony know as well. And if you have questions, we will ask Anthony to come back to the video. Very cool. Before we go, could you give us an overview how DataDive works? Is it a monthly subscription? Do sellers need anything else to use the tool? What are the packages you offer? Because obviously in this video, we saw there are different kinds of features that are available inside of the tool.
Yeah, so right now DataDive it's just a monthly subscription, month to month. At some point, the pricing is going to change to be more usage-based. In another video, we're going to explain the AI tools. Right now, though, you just pay one price and then you're good, you're set. And there's a really good discount with Orange Click. We're set up as an affiliate. So instead of paying 150 USD a month, you only pay 100 USD, and that's ongoing. So if you haven't signed up, I would recommend signing up before we change our pricing. Sign up now, because later down the road, it will change and it'll probably get a little bit more expensive. You don't need any other software to use DataDive. Right. So all of our information, all of our data comes from Jungle Scout, but we pay for that data directly. So you don't need a Jungle Scout subscription. You just get DataDive and it can do everything that you need it to do. Okay,
so very easy to jump into it and start using it. We will provide all of the links to the description of the video as well, so you can head over there to the website and read more about it. So yeah, thank you very much, Anthony, for being here today to demonstrate how to get started with using the tool. And I know we will see you soon again.
Thanks so much, Lisette.
I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to try DataDive for yourself, you will find the link below in the description, as well as information how you can get discount when signing up with this tool. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to click like. And if you want more videos with Amazon experts, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And now I would like to invite you to watch video which will explain you how you can boost your conversions by using Smart A+ content.